Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good!
Will be a swing by Kramer, kept alive by Jalbert. Lucas with the attack off the side of the block for the kill.
Gazette, he looks to go off guard, tucks back inside to the A gap, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Harrington, angle, off a touch, diving, Dunbar, holy cats, wow!
Starcevic in the shotgun play action, looking for a man, has him down the field to his brother Starcevic for the touchdown. It's 31 yards. Jake.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening and welcome to North Sargent High School in Gwinner, North Dakota, the site of tonight's Region 1 Class B girls volleyball contest between the Oak Grove Grovers and the Sargent County Bulldogs. In the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth for you here this evening, I am Nick First, joined by my cameraman, Connor Olson. We've got an exciting Region 1 contest here tonight as the Oak Grove Grovers are coming in to tonight's contest already with 2 region counter games under their belt. 2-0 on the ledger for region play. As for the Sargent County Bulldogs, they have yet to play a region counter game, even though they have played some region contests against Wyomere Lidgerwood. And the Oaks was non-region here just earlier this week. We will be back with a quick little preview between what both of these squads have going on and what they have ready for us here this evening. We will step aside and we will be right back here on yourliveevent.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is your local LG Seeds and Dairyland seed dealership. They offer the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans along with alfalfa. Anderson Seed Farms is also a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top grown spring wheat in North Dakota last year. If you'd like to know more about these industry-leading products, contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at 701-724-3601 or check out AndersonSeedFarms.com.
Sargent Central Public School, helping others create themselves, things, and opportunities. It's home to a variety of wonderful opportunities, including a 24/7, 365 community wellness center, a 3rd through 12th grade smart lab, free pre-kindergarten, 1-to-1 student devices, and 12 weeks paid parental leave. For more information, please visit sargentcentral.org. Good luck, athletes, and good luck, Sargent County Bulldogs. Together is Central.
Oak Grove Grovers, Sargent County Bulldogs just about to get underway here from North Sargent. First, let's take a look at the visitors on the scoreboard. The Oak Grove Grovers coming into tonight's contest 2-1 overall on the season. With that one loss coming to Hillsborough Central Valley last Tuesday in their season opener, but they have won their past 2 contests, most recently defeating the Tri-State Tigers just on Tuesday night. Had a chance to talk to head coach Michaela Hessdalen prior to tonight's contest, and one of the primary focuses for the Grovers here this evening is to try and control the game at the net. She said that was one of the big areas that she's noticed, that when her team is controlling play up at the net, that is when they're having their most success, as well as just trying to crack down on some of those unnecessary errors that just kind of give away points. You know, that has been Something that Coach Hestalin said that, when they're clicking, when they're going well, when they're playing well, those are the areas of the game that are going the Grovers' way. Looking at the starting rotation for the Oak Grove Grovers here tonight, they are going to be led first by the junior wearing number 1, Aspen Chose. Sophomore wearing number 2, Rachel Christensen. A junior number 4, Taya Rosted. A senior number 7, Peyton Downs. A senior number 8, Caitlin Swanson. A sophomore number 11, Elena Foster DeVold. And a senior wearing number 12, Mari Bolmy. As for the Sargent County Bulldogs, they are coming into tonight 3-4, with those 3 wins coming during tournament play over the last couple of weekends, and have been 0-3 in regular season play. All 3 of those games have come at home, split between here and over in Milner. I had a chance to talk to head coach Jenna Anderson prior to this one, and that was one of her big points of emphasis, is the way that this team plays in tournament play compared to how they've been playing during the week has been one of those areas where she's hoping that she can see her crew bring some of that weekend energy to the weeknights. One of the most notable, or one of the more notable changes for the Bulldogs here this evening is in their rotation. They have moved the senior, previously wearing number 2, tonight wearing number 5, Emma Bixby, from the outside hitter role back to libero, a role that she has played primarily throughout her high school career, and something that Coach Anderson just felt like she needs to get back to playing in that back row to shore up some of the struggles that they have had in that back row, rather young back row for the Bulldogs this year. Looking at the starting rotation, we'll first start there with our senior libero, number 5, Emma Bixby. She'll be joined also in the backcourt by senior wearing number 4, Chloe Bogart. She's going to be playing both defensive specialist and outside hitter this evening. We'll also see in the backcourt, wearing number 7, a junior, Charlie Wilprecht, defensive specialist. Up close to the net, we have our junior middle hitter, number 22, Carly Cadoon. A freshman defensive specialist, number 27, Mallory Bogart. The setter for the Bulldogs here this evening is the 5'7" senior wearing number 32, Sadie Newstall. And to round out the rotation is the 5'8" junior outside hitter wearing number 46, Claire Wessler. Wessler missed Tuesday's contest with an illness, so good to see Wessler back in the starting rotation for the Bulldogs here this evening. As previously mentioned, the Bulldogs have yet to get a win during the regular season, having previously lost a very exciting 5-set match just the other night against the Oaks Tornadoes. And as previously mentioned, the Grovers coming off of a win against Tri-State earlier this week, just on Tuesday night when they played Tri-State. We will step aside, as that will do it for the pre-game report here this evening from the Stock Growers Bank. Stock Growers Bank is your small town bank and big time partner with the Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Thank you, Stock Growers Bank, for sponsoring tonight's broadcast booth. And we will be back with Region 1 play here from North Sargent on yourliveevent.com.
When it comes to keeping your home comfortable, Bears Home Solutions has all your needs covered. From expert heating and cooling services to top-notch plumbing and fireplace installations, their team ensures your home stays cozy year-round. Trust their experienced professionals to handle it all efficiently, affordably, and with a smile. Ready to upgrade? Call Bears Home Solutions at 701-365-0365 or check them out on Facebook. Bears Home Solutions, where comfort meets excellence.
We know switching banks takes time. But what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name?
Worth it.
Or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds.
Worth it.
A bank that you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees.
It's so worth it.
Switch and see why Bell Bank is worth it. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a four-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
As an American Family Agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American Family Agent.
American Family Insurance.
Once again, the starting rotation for the Grovers here this evening. Aspen Chose, Rachel Christensen, Taya Rosted, Peyton Downs, Caitlin Swanson, Elena Foster-DeVold, and Mari Bolmy. The Grovers are coached by head coach Michaela Hessdalen and assisted by Nikki Welsh. And once again, the starting rotation for the Sargent County Bulldogs: Chloe Bogart, Emma Bixby, Charlie Wilprecht, Carly Cadoon, Mallory Bogart, Sadie Newstole, and Claire Wessler. The Bulldogs are coached by head coach Jenna Anderson, assisted by Anna Harless and Kenzie Nikolai. Looks like both teams are ready to go. As both liberos will sub in to get it started. Aspen Chose playing that position for the Grovers here this evening, and Emma Bixby for Sargent County. As the first one to take a seat for the Bulldogs is Chloe Bogart. Back to serve is Sadie Newstall. And the left-hand serve is up and over. As that is Foster DeVold who hit that over for the Grovers. Could do a good adjustment there, but good job by Peyton Downs, able to get to it as she's the one who's going to hit it over for the Grovers. Good chance here to start for Sargent County, and that is just going to be a little strong from Kadoon. So the first point of the match belongs to the Grovers. As back to serve is Elena Foster DeVold. Bixby passes it up to Newstall. This is out to Kadoon. Deflected there. Good job as I'm going to say that fell out of play. As Mallory Bogart will take a seat. And her sister, Chloe Bogart, coming in for her. This is out to Downs, hit over. Passed up there by Bixby up to Newstall. This is out to Chloe Bogart, and just a little strong there from Bogart. It is now back to serve for the Grovers as Mari Bolmy, her serve. Good dig there by Bixby, but unable to handle that is Newstall, and Kadoon could not get it over either, so Bolmy will go back for her second serve upcoming. This is Wilprecht out to Newstall. This is Bixby from the back row. As Christensen, now Bolmy as Downs hits that one over for the Grovers. Bixby deflected there at the net by Rosted. And that one is going to fall from the senior Caitlin Swanson as the Grovers with an early 4-1 advantage. As Bolmy will continue to serve. Serve number 3 coming here for the senior as Wilprecht unable to get a good pass there, but Bogart is going to be able to handle that one very nicely and just barely get it over the deflection, and it will fall to the floor as we have a substitution. Chose coming in for the Grovers, and I believe that was Lee who just subbed in for the Bulldogs, as that's going to be a kill from Peyton Downs as a quick side out for Oak Grove. Subbing in here for the Grovers is the sophomore wearing number 6, Lyndon Berneski, and she will go back to serve. Kadoon passes it up to Bogart. This is Lee. As quick little deflection there from Christensen, but this time able to set it up nicely as Rosted is able to hit that past the block attempt from Lee. So Berneski will serve for a second time here. Short hit handled nicely by the Bulldogs. This is Chose back to Downs. And that time unable to connect is Peyton Downs, as that is going to sail out of bounds here on the near side. And we'll have a side out. Mallory Bogart subbing in for Whitney Marr, and Bogart will now go back to serve for Sargent County. The freshman tosses it up and is able to get it over. And good job there by Taya Rosted, again able to just put just enough touch to get that over the block attempt at the net, and we've already seen the advantage at the net going to the Grovers, something that Coach Hestalin had emphasized prior to tonight's game, as that is just narrowly out of play on that far sideline. So Claire Wessler will come in. Emma Bixby taking a seat. Chloe Bogart Back to serve. Downs. This is Christensen. And that is Elena Foster-DeVold, who is able to get the kill there for the Grovers. As Mari Bolmy will come back in, Taya Rosted will take a seat. And back to serve for Oak Grove, Aspen Chose. Kadoon. That is Newstall, and good adjustment there off the ceiling for Bixby, able to push that one over. And just unable to get that sneaky little set over and in play from Christensen, as Bixby did a good job letting that one go out of play. Lieb now back to serve for the Bulldogs. As that time, Foster-DeVold unable to get through the block attempt up front. I believe that was Kadoon and Wessler who teamed up to get that block, and the deficit is cut down to just 2 here for Sargent County, trailed by 4 here early on in set number 1. Good block there by Kadoon. Back-to-back blocks for the junior up front for Sargent County, as the lead is now just 1. As Lee will continue to serve here for the Bulldogs. Chose up ahead to Christensen. This is out to Foster-DeVold, who's able to get the kill there that time, as Wilprecht will sub in for Lee. And Swanson will sub back in for Berneski. Back to serve here for the Grovers is Rachel Christensen. Wilprecht unable to handle that one, and that's going to be an ace for the sophomore Christensen. As again, Christensen tries to go after Wilprecht, but that time just hitting it a little strong out towards the sideline. And we'll have a side out for the Bulldogs as Newstall back in the rotation, serving here, and that block attempt was deflected. Bixby almost able to get the dig there, but instead it is going to be a side out, and Foster-DeVold will go back to serve for the Grovers. Wilprecht thought about letting that one go. Good decision to go after it. Good dig there from Christensen. This is Bolmy, and that time Caitlin Swanson unable to get good contact there after being set up by Bolmy. Chloe Bogart and Whitney Marr subbing in for the Bulldogs. Back to serve is Emma Bixby. As that one is going to sail out of play on the near side. Good decision by the back row to let that one go. Mari Bolmy now serving. And that's going to be a block there by Taya Rosted on that dig attempt from the back row for the Bulldogs, as Bolmy will have her second serve. Bogart, Newstall out to Kadoon and deflected, but good job there by Downs, able to adjust off that deflection. Bixby now to Newstall. This is out to Bogart. And Bolmy, Christensen, Downs, and Bixby almost looked like she was expecting that to go a little bit further, and instead is going to land just in front of her, and that is going to lead to our first timeout here of the match, brought to you by Bank North. Good sportsmanship is a valuable trait that goes far beyond the game. For Bank North is achieved by helping our customers pursue their dreams and financial goals while supporting and improving our great rural communities. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com. Grovers lead 14-9.
Say goodbye to Boring birthday parties and corporate events, and say hello to a supercharged celebration at the Empire Sports Complex in Fargo with their epic bounce houses that's guaranteed to have your guests jumping for joy at the Empire Sports Complex. Their bounce houses are the ultimate party starter, but don't wait too long to book. Go online now to empirefargo.org. That's empirefargo.org, or call 701-318-4161 for your next birthday party or corporate event. The Empire Sports Complex in Fargo.
Grover's leading here 14-10. Did have a score during that break. Came back from timeout pretty quick. As Downs kind of with a miss hit there, but it does go across court and follow just in the front row of the Bulldogs. So maybe not the strongest kill that Downs is going to see it this season, but it was effective, as we're going to have Brineski coming back in this time to serve, as Caitlin Swanson will take a seat. Brineski, that's Newstall, and Bixby pushes that one over. Christensen tried to sneak that one over as Rosted was coming up for the kill, but instead Christensen hits that one into the net. Mallory Bogart subbing back in. Whitney Marr will take a seat. Bogart, and unable to make good contact on that one, as that's going to go into the net. And the Grovers now lead by 5 as we approach the latter stages here of our opening set. Peyton Downs, good job there by Bogart. Newstall to Lee, and Lee a little bit strong there, and good reaction by Coach Hessdalen, able to snag that one. Second serve upcoming here for Downs. Bogart, this is Newstall, as Chloe Bogart hits that one over. Good job there by Christensen, and Foster DeVoe unable to make good contact there. Or, excuse me, I guess I missed what the exact call on the floor was, if they're saying there was a Bulldog in the net. But that point does belong to the Grovers. Good job there by Bixby, but the low ceiling here at the North Sargent Activity Center causing a problem. And that's going to lead to another timeout, the second and final timeout of the opening set here, called by head coach Jenna Anderson. 19-11, Grovers lead in our opening set.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
19-11, the Grovers leading here early against the Bulldogs. As the Bulldogs have really struggled to get anything set up offensively, as Peyton Downs will continue to serve for the Grovers coming out of that Bank North timeout. Newstall to Lee, and that one's going to go far towards this near side. So 20-11, Grovers up big here. If you're the Bulldogs, you obviously want to try and make a comeback in the opening set. It'd be a rather large comeback, but if anything, got 3 sets. So how can you set yourself up nicely to maybe bounce back as the match goes on? Meredith Weber subbing in for Peyton Downs as Weber's first action. As Chloe Bogart, as that was a kill there for Taya Rosted. Good job there by Rosted, able to get a hold of that one, as she's going to take a seat. And Mari Bolmy will now head to the bench, as well as Chloe Bogart going to the bench. Emma Bixby coming back in for Sargent County. Aspen Chose Her jump serve up here. Passed up nicely by Kadoon. Newstall over to Lee as this is Chose. Christensen. Bolme blocked there by Lee, and that's going to be deflected out of play. Good job there by Lee, able to get the block at the net as she will now go back to serve. Chose, Christensen. Good job there by Wessler, able to get to that one. Christensen, now Bolme. And Kadoon able to get the kill there as Sargent County. As I mentioned, just trying to find some sort of groove as they trail now by 7. Second serve upcoming here for Lee. Christensen. And Newstall able to play that one out of the net. Good job there. Berneski, Christensen. And Bixby passes that one up nicely. Kadoon, good adjustment there, but just hits it out of play as Lee will take a seat. Wilprecht coming back in, as well as Lyndon Berneski will take a seat. And Caitlin Swanson will sub back in for the Grovers. Back to serve is Rachel Christensen, the sophomore setter. With a good serve there. Kadoon deflected there at the net, and that's going to be a block for Swanson. Mari Bolme also in the vicinity, but I believe that was Swanson who got a paw up there on that one. Needing just 2 now for the Grovers here in the opening set as Newstall back to Bixby. Good job there by Weber. And good block there by Kadoon. Out to Swanson, and Caitlin Swanson unable to get to that one for the Grovers. Third time we've seen Newstall back in the rotation to serve, as that time unable to get it over the net. And we've got set point for the Grovers as Meredith Weber will take a seat and Peyton Downs will come back in. Elena Foster DeVold back to serve for set point. Wilprecht up to Newstall. This is back to Bixby. A rainbow hit there as Bolme. Good job by Wessler, able to get to that one. Newstall to Mallory Bogart. Good job by Chose, able to chase that one down. Christensen out to Downs, and that's going to be a kill for Peyton Downs, and that'll do it for our opening set as the Grovers win big in the opening set, 25-15. We will step aside and take a break here as you are watching Region 1 Class B Girls Volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Now available, the 2024 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide. The digital version of the R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is available at rjbroadcasting.com. This year, featuring schedules for the fall sports teams in the region, along with photos, coaches' bios, and highlights from the 2023 season and the fall broadcast schedule for R&J Sports and yourliveevent.com. The digital version of the 2024 R&J Sports Guide is available now at rjbroadcasting.com.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
25-15, the Grovers able to pull off an opening set victory here on the road against the Bulldogs. Solid play at the net by the Grovers, much to the delight of head coach Michaela Hessdalen. Rachel Christensen doing a good job there, setting up a bunch of her teammates as Taya Rostad and Peyton Downs with a handful of kills apiece, as Christensen will now go back to serve as Bogart pass it up to Newstall, and Kadoon hitting that one into the net off of the setup from Newstall. So on the floor here for the Grovers to start off our second set, Chose, Christensen, Downs, Swanson, Foster DeVold, and Bolmy, as that is going to be an ace for the sophomore Christensen. On the floor for the Bulldogs, Bixby, Wilprecht, Mallory Bogart, Sadie Newstall, Carly Kadoon, and Claire Wessler, as that's going to be just a little bit strong from Bixby there in the back row. So 3-0 advantage to start for the Grovers. Bogart, Bixby up to Kadoon. Good adjustment there, deflected at the net as Foster DeVold hits that one over. Newstall back to Kadoon. Kadoon put some touch on that, but adjusted well by Downs. Christensen setting up Caitlin Swanson, and that's going to be 4-0 to start set number 2. Wilprecht up to Newstall. Newstall hits that one over on the second hit. Christensen. Foster DeVold deflected there by Newstall, and they're going to say 4 touches there, as that's going to be a much needed side out for Sargent County here at the start. Newstall serving. Chose up to Christensen. This is Bolmy, and Bolmy, Marie Bolmy with the kill, as it has been all Grovers here at the net to start this match. It is now Foster DeVold will go back to serve. Bixby to Newstall. This is Kadoon, and Kadoon just able to get that one to fall in play, as Mar and Chloe Bogart coming back in, as Mallory Bogart and Claire Wessler will take a seat. Back to serve this time is Emma Bixby. Her serve, low line drive handled there by Downs. This is Christensen back to Downs, and Bogart up to Newstall. This is Kadoon, and deflected there at the net, but will fall. That'll be a kill for Carly Kadoon. Another low line drive there from Bixby. That time the serve receive goes over the net, deflected, but played nicely there by Christensen and Chose as Down hits it over. Newstall. We got a set here now by Bixby. Bogart puts some touch on it. Nice job there by Christensen, and good rally here so far. Out to Bogart, and that is going to sail through the back line. Newstall back to Kadoon, deflected there, and good quick hands there by Kadoon, and Newstall, as unable to get to it is Bolmy, as that's going to fall to the floor on the Grovers side, as Lily Lee will sub in for Charlie Wilprecht, and Aspen Chose coming back in for Bolmy. Downs, this is Christensen. Good job there by the Bulldogs to handle that one from Rostad. Kadoon. That's Christensen. Foster DeVold out to Downs. And again, Downs going for that cross-court hit, and they're going to say that that hit just slightly out of play, and that lead cut down now to just 1 as the Bulldogs fighting early here in the second set. Foster DeVold, Chose. Downs hitting that one over. Newstall out to Chloe Bogart. Chose. Back to Downs. Newstall up to Kadoon. Out to Bogart hitting that one over. DeVold Christensen, Rosted deflected there, and unable to adjust off that deflection is Rachel Christensen, and we are now tied up at 6-all. As Kadoon has to smile at that one as she hits the right shoulder of her teammate Liliana Lee up near the front of the net, as Lyndon Berneski will sub in to serve as Caitlin Swanson will take a seat. Berneski, her serve. Christensen, this is Downs, and good adjustment there by Newsel off of the touch from Downs, deflected at the net. Berneski, this is Christensen up to Downs. Downs kind of punches that one over. Bixby, and that's going to fall to the floor. Kill from the back row for Bixby. Bixby playing quite a bit of outside hitter early on in the season. So not hitting up near the net, but still able to get good contact on that one as Mallory Bogart will now sub in, and she will be the one back to serve for Sargent County, tied at 7-all. Chose up to Christensen. This is Rosted. And good job there by Newsel, able to chase that one down. Foster DeVold gets to that one, Downs. And that's going to fall to the floor as Kadoon and Bixby unable to get to it. Serve here from Downs. Good job by Newsel, able to pop that one over. Christensen out to Foster DeVold. Good dig there from Bixby. And Lee unable to hit that one over. Second serve upcoming here for Downs. Kadoon, Newsel, and Bogart was in the net, and that is going to draw our first Bank North timeout here of our second set, called by the Bulldogs as they trail 10-7.
Geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
10-8 the score here. Had a quick score after that Bank North timeout. As Berneski, this is Christensen, and that is Taya Rosted able to get the kill there, as she will now take a seat, and Mari Bolmy will sub in for her. Aspen Chose back to serve for the Grovers, leading here by 3 in the middle part of set number 2. Kadoon up to Newsel. This is back to Lee. Good job there by Chose, able to get to that one. Foster DeVold hitting it over. Newsel to Lee, this time more so in the middle, as that's going to go out of play on the far side near that Grover's bench. The lead back up to 4, matching the 4-0 lead that started this second set. Chose. The pass there by Mallory Bogart. Wessler. Job by Downs, able to get to that one. Foster DeVold passed up nicely, and Mallory Bogart and Sadie Newsel making a small contact there, as neither of them are able to get a good pass up after that Bixby dig. Chose again to serve for the Grovers. Low line drive, again handled nicely by Mallory Bogart. Lee, pass up there by Berneski. Christensen hits it over into, and that's going to be deflected there at the net by Elena Foster DeVold as Newstill tried to hit that one. Is the lead now up to 6, largest we've seen in set number 2. Chose again to serve. Is unable to make good contact there on that jump serve, as that's going to go into the net. Now Lily Lee will serve for Sargent County, trailing by 5. And tips off the top of the net. Good job there by Christensen getting it over. Chose, Christensen, Bolme, and they're going to call Kadoon in the net there as she went up for the deflection and made contact with the top of the net. As Charlie Wilprecht will come in, Lee will take a seat. Rachel Christensen back to serve, but we did have a substitution. Lyndon Berneski taking a seat, Caitlin Swanson coming back in. So now the serve from Christensen, Bixby, Newstill, back to Bixby, and that's going to be another kill for Emma Bixby. As Newstill will now go back to serve. Christensen back to Foster DeVold. Good dig there by Wilprecht, but Kadoon unable to time the jump and get contact there, as that's just going to go past her hand, sail into the net, and fall to the floor. Serve from Foster DeVold. That is Wilprecht. Newstill out to Kadoon, and that time Kadoon able to get the kill, as that's going to deflect off of the blockers there by the Grovers. Fall to the floor. Chloe Bogart and Whitney Marr coming in. Mallory Bogart and Claire Wessler taking a seat. Bixby's serve is going to be an ace, as unable to dig that out are the Grovers. Instead, it is going to deflect into, or up onto the stage, into that student section, or into that fan section behind the benches. Second serve from Bixby. That is Christensen, and Christensen tried a quick little touch there to get it to Bolme behind her, but just unable to get good contact in the lead. Shrunk down now to 3. Another serve upcoming here for Bixby, as Chose up to Christensen, out to Downs, and that time Bixby able to get to it, and Kadoon. Good adjustment there, as the righty Kadoon went up with the left hand and is able to get that one to go to the floor, and the lead is cut down now to 2. Christensen, Downs, Newstill able to pop that one up. Bixby to Marr, as the Grovers wanted a lift there. Marr to Kadoon, Downs. Quick hands there between Downs and Bolme. Kadoon able to direct that one to the far side, as it is now down to just a 1-point lead for Oak Grove. Christensen back to Bolme. Good job there by Bixby, able to get that one, and Kadoon hit it over. And the fight there at the net is going to be won by Peyton Downs, as Kadoon and Marr went up for the Bulldogs. But that's going to stop the bleeding here, as we have a much-needed side out for the Grovers, as Rosted takes a seat. Mari Bolme, the one on that serve. Kadoon is going to get that one to go, as Foster DeVold unable to pop that one up. As Lee will come back in. Bixby will take a seat. I believe that was maybe Chloe Bogart who subbed in for Bixby. I missed that substitution. My apologies there. As Christensen back to Rostad. Kadoon up to Bogart. Christensen, Chose back to Downs, as Downs unable to make the adjustment there. We're tied at 17 all. So the Bulldogs trail by as much as 6 here in set number 2 and have crawled their way back to tying it here at 17 all. Subbing in for the Bulldogs for the first time here this evening is Caitlin Wangler, as Claire Wessler will take a seat. As Swanson, unable to get that one to go instead, hits it into the net, and the Bulldogs have their first lead of set number 2 as the Grovers having a quick pep talk near center court. This is Downs, and Downs mishits that one. As we will have a timeout called here by the Grovers. Their first of the evening, first of set number 2, as they trail by 2. Bulldogs leading 19-17.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip, while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
19-17, Sargent County leading here in set number 2, being down by as much as 6. Now leading by a slim margin, but their first lead of the second set, and really their first lead since early on in set number 1. So both teams left with one timeout. Kadoon will continue to serve here for Sargent County. As that's going to be an ace for Carly Kadoon, as Aspen Chose, unable to get to that one. As we're going to have a substitution, Sophia Geiger, the junior wearing number 5, coming in for the first time for the Grovers. Kadoon. That is Downs, Christensen, Rosted, as Taya Rosted able to elevate and get the kill there. Good job there by Rosted, and the Grovers able to bounce back as Berneski will come back in now to serve. Swanson taking a seat. Lyndon Berneski, her serve. Popped over, but handled nicely by Marr. Newstall pushes it over. This is Christensen, back to Rosted. And good job by Newstall. Got to get it over here as they do. Christensen, sneaks that one over. Good job there by the sophomore with a real veteran move there, sensing that the Bulldogs were out of defensive position, as it is now just a 1-point lead for the Bulldogs. Berneski, Kadoon. This is Newstall. Lee deflected at the net. Good job there by Berneski. Christensen to Downs, deflected, and that's going to be a kill for Peyton Downs, as we're now knotted up back, this time at 20. Continuing to serve is Lyndon Berneski, the sophomore serves. Kadoon somehow able to pop that one up, and Bogart hits it over. Chose, Berneski up to Downs, and Downs unable to hit that one over. There have been a couple times where Peyton Downs has hit it into the net here in this second set, but she has been pretty solid and consistent so far throughout the match. We'll see if she's able to kind of dial it back in here, as she's going to get a chance this time, and Bogart plays it nicely. That was Mallory Bogart, as good play off the deflection by Lee. Rosted is able to get that one to fall just in front of a diving Emma Bixby, now tied up at 21. Elena Foster DeVold coming back in. Peyton Downs will now head back to serve. All knotted up at 21. Downs. As they're going to say that hit by Downs was out of play on that far sideline. Chloe Bogart back to serve for Sargent County, leading by 1. Berneski, this is Christensen. And Foster DeVold, good deflection there at the net. As Wessler deflected at the net, this time by the Grovers. Christensen to Rosted as Taya Rosted. Good job there, hitting that one against the grain, getting that one to fall on this near side as Mari Bolmy will come in. And Rosted will take a seat, tied up at 22 apiece. Aspen Chose will go back to serve here for the Grovers. Bogart, Newstall back to Lee, deflected at the net, down pops it up over to Christensen. This is Foster DeVold, deflection there, pushed over by Newstall. Christensen again tried that quick little push over. Bixby deflected, good job by Bolmy, able to adjust to it. Out to Foster DeVold, this time popped up by Kadoon. Good hustle there by Newstall, able to get to that one. Christensen, good play there, tries to put some touch on it. Newstall back to Bixby, and Bixby unable to get that one up and over the net. As the Grovers reclaim the lead, 23-22. Chose continuing to serve. Bixby, Newstall back to Bixby. Christensen out to Foster DeVold. Good dig there by Bixby. Newstall to Lee, deflected, but played nicely by Christensen. Downs off of the ceiling. Foster DeVold is going to hit it off of the pole there that rises up above the net. As we're now tied at 23. Will you need 25 or will we need more here in this second set? As Chose, Christensen, Foster DeVold, as Elena Foster DeVold hits that one into the net. We've got set point for the Bulldogs. As the Grovers gonna try and ice them here, as the Bulldogs need just one. This time out brought to you by Bank North. For Bank North, they are able to achieve good sportsmanship by allowing their customers to pursue their dreams and financial goals while also supporting and improving our great rural communities. Head over to ibanknorth.com to learn more. As this timeout from Bank North is the last one called by the Grovers, as the Bulldogs need just one here to tie this up at one set apiece. Sargent County does still have one timeout if they so choose to use it. Christensen hits that over. Good job by Bogart. She was able to pop it up, but Newstall and Kadoon unable to really keep that in play, and that's going to work to get that point back to at least give the Grovers a chance at extending this. Now needing first one to get that 2-point advantage as Christensen hits it over to Wilprecht. Wilprecht, Newstall, Kadoon. Good job there by Christensen. Bolmy up to, I believe that was Swanson, and it was Caitlin Swanson. Hit it just a little bit strong there, so another set point opportunity as the Bulldogs have their senior setter, Sadie Newstall, back to serve. Christensen to Foster DeVold. Newstall to Kadoon, and Kadoon tried to hit that one cross court, but instead doesn't get good contact and instead puts it into the net, and we're tied up at 25. Foster DeVold will serve. Bixby up to Newstall. Out to Kadoon, deflected at the net. Good job by Christensen. Chose trying to get it to Downs, and that's going to go into the net as another set point for Sargent County. Whitney Marr and Chloe Bogart coming back in. Claire Wessler and Mallory Bogart will take a seat. Chose, Foster DeVold to Downs. Good job there by Downs, able to hit that one over. Newstall to Kadoon as Carly Kadoon able to seal it here in set number 2 as we are all tied up at one set apiece as the Bulldogs able to tie it up. As we will be back with set number 3 here from the North Sargent Activity Center. You are watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Understands that agriculture is your livelihood, and we're committed to providing you with the highest quality of services to meet your farming needs. Milner Grain has a passion for our community and the farmers we serve. Milner Grain is locally owned and operated. When you're looking for a partner in the field, look to Milner Grain. Call 701-427-5284 or check out Milner Grain's app with current up-to-date prices. Milner Grain is here to help you and your farm grow.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we remain true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
Heading into set number 3, Sargent County able to outlast the Grovers there to tie this one up at 1 set apiece, able to get the 27-25 set 2 victory. As some solid play all around for the Bulldogs there in that second set. Emma Bixby doing a solid job in the back row, as some nice play up near the net for Cadoon and Lee, as Cadoon hits that one over. Downs, good adjustment as that one kind of got caught in the ceiling, as that's going to be a deflection and a block for Cadoon. So Newstall, the one to serve to start. She'll have serve number 2 here in set number 3, as Foster DeVold hits that one over. Wessler gets it over for the Bulldogs. Downs. This is Christensen out to Foster DeVold. Good job there by Bixby, able to pass it up nicely to Newstall. Mallory Bogart. As that's going to be another point for the Bulldogs. So the Grover is able to start off hot in set number 2, going off to a quick 4-0 advantage. Sargent County 2-0 here to start set number 3. That was Molly Welsh seeing her first action here this evening, as that's going to be a kill for the freshman Mallory Bogart. You can see her teammates proud of the youngster there, as Newstall continuing to serve. Foster DeVolt, Christensen, good job there, but Cadoon instead hits it over. And I believe that would have been a 4th touch if they did hit it, but that is going to deflect. And we have a quick timeout here called by the Grovers as they trail 4-0 early on here in set number 3. You are watching Class B Region 1 Girls Volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Central Dollars for Scholars chapter is a nonprofit foundation that supports academic success in the community. The mission is to mobilize the community on behalf of post-secondary education success for the students. Dollars for Scholars chapters help hometown students achieve their educational goals by raising scholarship funds, establishing endowments, and more. For more information, scan the QR code on screen or stop by the Sargent Central School District. Tonight's sponsor for the Sargent Central Dollars for Scholars is Brandon and Brianna Hansen family.
Maybe just a quick regroup here for the Grovers, as Sargent County was able to go up 4-0, and good decision there by head coach Hess Dahlin, able to get the quick side out and hopefully We will now see the Grovers kind of dial it back in. Had been solid there in that first set and some back and forth inconsistent play in set number 2. And really it goes back to what head coach Hestalin had said at the start, is who is controlling play at the net. The Grovers did a very good job of that in that opening set, but we've seen the tide slowly turn as the Bulldogs have taken control up front. Foster DeVold pops it up. Christensen cross court set up for Downs, and Downs is going to go into the pole here. As a quick conversation with that far side official, Bixby hits it into the net. We've got a side out for the Grovers as Chose will take a seat. Taya Rosted back in. Rosted, one who has had some pretty consistent success in these first couple of sets, as Kadoon deflected at the net. Dug out nicely by Polmy, but that time served up nicely for Kadoon. Kadoon, a solid basketball player in her own right. That was as close to a layup as you can get in volleyball for Kadoon, as she will now go back to serve. Christensen, as you could see that Mar was setting up for the block and not able to see that that setup by Christensen was heading back over to the Bulldog side of the net. Molly Welsh, the freshman, back to serve. Kadoon pops that one up. Newstall to Bixby as Welsh pops that up. Foster DeVold out to Down. Down pushes it over cross court. Bogart, Newstall, Lee deflected there, as that is going to deflect out of bounds very close on this near side. As that time the play at the net made by Taya Rosted. As it is now Welsh serving for the Grovers, trailing by 2, as that's going to sail just a little bit long there from Molly Welsh. Good decision there by Kadoon to let that one go, as Mar will take a seat. Bogart will come in, and she will serve for Sargent County. Downs, Welsh, back to Downs. As that one kind of landed on the top of the net, came back down, and Newstall just slightly off balance, unable to get to it. As Downs will serve, trailing by 2. Kadoon up to Newstall. This is Lee, deflected at the net, but played nicely by Chose. Welsh, Rosted, Taya Rosted again with the kill. Good job there by Taya Rosted, again able to elevate nicely and make good contact there, as Downs continuing to serve, trailing now just by 1. Bixby, Newstall, Lee, blocked there by Rosted. Good job by Lee and Bixby, able to help get that one over for the Bulldogs. This is Foster DeVold, as Elena Foster DeVold able to get the kill and tie this one up at 8 apiece. So trailed 4-0, but now tied back up at 8. We'll see how Sargent County able to adjust after losing that early lead. Chloe Bogart deflected at the net by Foster DeVold, but will fall on the Grover side. As Chloe Bogart able to get the ace there, as she puts some touch on it and gets it to fall just in front of the back row of the Grovers. Second serve upcoming here for Bogart. Foster DeVold, Welsh, Rosted, and it's Taya Rosted this time. Tries to take a little bit off there and instead gets it to fall to the floor. She will now take a seat. Mari Bolmy coming back in. Aspen Chose will serve. The junior libero gets it over. Mallory Bogart, Newstill. Out to Lee. Chose pops it up. Welsh out to Foster DeVold. Newstill up to Wessler. I think that was deflected at the net, but good job by Chose to get to it anyway. Foster DeVold hits it just a little bit strong, and Bixby does a good job of letting that one go out of play without making contact. Serve here by the senior Lily Lee. Welsh gets it to Mari Bolmy, as Bolmy able to get the kill there, as Lee will take a seat. Loprek coming back in, and Rachel Christensen will come in to serve. Christensen, Bogart, Newstill, back to Bixby, as that seemed to catch Chose off guard there in the back row. As Bixby, I believe that's got to be kill 3 or 4 from the back row for the libero of the Bulldogs, as Newstill got the scoring started early here in set number 3. She will serve this time around, and she gets the ace, as Elena Foster DeVold unable to get to that one. Bulldogs leading by 3. Downs, Christensen, out to Foster DeVold, deflected by Kadoon, but that's going to be a kill for Elena Foster DeVold, as she will now head back to serve. Bixby, Newstill, out to Kadoon, deflected there, and that's another kill for Carly Kadoon, having a solid third set here, as Whitney Marr and Chloe Bogart. Very excited to be in the contest is Chloe Bogart, as Emma Bixby will now head back to serve. As I thought Downs was going to make contact there, but Welsh and Chose help get it over. Kadoon able to put some interesting touch on that there, as it goes over Chose's head, and just unable to get to it in the back row is Foster DeVold, as the Bulldogs up by 4, matching their largest lead of set number 3. Chose, Christensen, out to Downs. Good job there by Newstill, able to get to that one. Bixby kind of off balance, but Bogart gets it over Downs. This is Christensen. And that pass from Downs to Christensen a little too close to the net, as we're going to have a timeout called by the Grovers. Their second timeout of set number 3 as the Bulldogs lead 16-11. This timeout brought to you by Bank North. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Helping others create themselves things and opportunities. It's a home to a variety of wonderful opportunities, including a 24/7, 365 community wellness center, a 3rd through 12th grade smart lab, free pre-kindergarten, 1-to-1 student devices, and 12 weeks paid parental leave. For more information, please visit sargentcentral.org. Good luck, athletes, and good luck, Sargent County Bulldogs. Together is Central.
16-11. Sargent County leading here. As we do have a substitution, Lyndon Berneski coming in for Elena Foster DeVold after that timeout. Berneski, is going to be the one to make the play here to start off that Bixby serve. Down, pushes it over. Bogart. Newstill back to Kadoon. And good job there by Berneski, but Kadoon handles it on the other side of the net. Bixby, as that's going to fall to the floor. As now the largest lead of the night for Sargent County, leading here by 6. Deflected there, but yeah, it's going to fall to the floor as Mari Bolmy able to get the kill, as she will now go back to serve. Taya Rosted coming back in for Oak Grove. Bixby. It's handled nicely, and Kadoon doesn't have to put much on that one, but gets it to fall to the floor on that deflection at the net. Serve this time from Kadoon Christensen. That is Welsh. Good pass up front there by Kadoon. Christensen. Welsh out to Downs. Newstill up to Lee. Lee puts some touch on it. Christensen out to Peyton Downs, and we're going to say that that hit the net instead of contact from the Bulldog player at the net. So that's going to be 4 touches from the Grovers as Downs pushes it over. Kadoon. Newstill. This is Lee. Good job there by Berneski, able to get to that one. Newstill, good adjustment there. Popped up. Berneski again, able to get to it. Christensen back to Welsh. Newstill pops it up. Bixby, this is back to Bogart. Bogart bumps it over. Good job by Chose, able to get to it. Christensen, Rosted, good job by Newstill again. As miscommunication there between Marr and Newstill, as that is going to be a side out for the Grovers. Much needed there as they trail by 6, but still plenty of points left needed for the Bulldogs. Plenty of time for the Grovers to come back in this one as Downs has to make the adjustment. Good job by Downs, able to hit that one over in play as Bogart hits that into the net. As Molly Welsh will continue to serve for Oak Grove. Low line drive. Kadoon can't handle it. Instead of diving into an assistant coach, that's going to fall into the bench as the lead cut down now to 4. Marr pops that one up as Newstill tried to get to that one after it hit off the net, but they're going to call a lift, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Bulldogs as their 7-point lead has dwindled down now to just 3 as they lead 19-16, tied up at 1 set apiece. Set 3 just about in conclusion here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Checkups to advanced treatments such as same-day crowns and implants, Southview Dental Care offers personalized care that fits your needs. They are there when you need them most, offering emergency examinations with same-day treatment in most cases. Have a cold sore or canker sore? Southview Dental Care provides laser treatments to address these painful conditions. Schedule your next dental appointment at southviewdentalcare.com. That's southviewdentalcare.com. Southview Dental Care in Moorhead is your dental home.
Grovers trailing here by 3. Molly Welsh continuing to serve for the Grovers as they have done a good job at making a comeback here in this one. Downs hits it over. Bixby just pulls that one out of play. Good decision there by Kadoon to let that serve go from Molly Welsh out of play. As now Mallory Bogart will serve for Sargent County. Downs, Welsh, as Berneski hits that one over Kadoon. Newstill to, I believe that was Chloe Bogart, and it was Chloe Bogart able to put some touch on that one. As we'll go from one Bogart to the other as younger sister Mallory will serve for the second time. Welsh, Rosted with the push there. Welsh chokes. Rosted hits it over, hits off the top of the net. Downs, instead of going for a kill, hits it back to a teammate. Good change for the Bulldogs. Lee hits it, Chose. I believe that was Welsh who made contact. Downs pops it up. Chloe Bogart Newstole back to Kadoon. Good rally here for both of these teams, as good job by Peyton Down, just able to hit that one over. As Bogart pops it, Berneski, Welsh, Rosted. Long rally here as Christensen. And somehow they're able to get that one to go, and just hitting it out of play are the Bulldogs. As we had a nice quick play at the net here on this near side. Wasn't able to see it with our official up top here, but we have Peyton Down now back to serve for the Grovers. Kadoon. Newstole back to Lee. Foster DeVold just coming back in, and that's going to be blocked at the net by Liliana Lee. As Chloe Bogart with the flat tire will change that. Emma Bixby taking a seat, and Claire Wessler subbing in. Bogart mishits that one out of play towards the Grovers bench. Bixby will come back in for Bogart. And now you'll have Taya Rosted taking a seat. Mari Bolmy coming in, and then Aspen Chose back to serve for the Grovers. As Chose with the ace, and the Grovers not going away in this one, as we've got a timeout called by the Bulldogs, the final timeout here of set number 3, as we will see which team able to pull off a set 3 victory and give them the 2-1 advantage. Looking ahead for both of these squads after tonight's contest, the Grovers will be participating in a tournament up in Valley City this weekend before they head back out on the road a week from today to take on the Thompson Tommies. They will then be traveling the following week to take on the Wyoming Lidgerwood Warbirds. As for the Sargent County Bulldogs, this is their final of 4 straight home games to start the regular season. They will finally set out on the road next week to take on the Enderlin Eagles for just a quick 1-game road trip before coming back home to take on the Maple River Raiders next Thursday. So Chose with the serve here. Bixby able to get to it that time. Lee deflected at the net. Good play by Downs, playing it off the deflection. Foster DeVold, a little off balance. Good job by Bixby. Able to pop that one up. Kadoon. Good job there by Chose. Welsh, little off balance there from Bolmy, and Lee able to take advantage of the off balance hit, and she is going to get the block as Charlie Wilprecht will come in, and she will go back to serve. Chose up to Welsh. This is out to Foster DeVold, kind of popped over. Mallory Bogart. Kadoon hits that over and gets that one to go. Aspen Chose unable to get to it there in the back row, and we've got set point here for the Bulldogs. Chose, Welsh, Foster DeVold, and that's going to be deflected at the net, as that's going to fall to the floor. So second set point upcoming here for Sargent County. Good job there by the Grovers, able to hold on, give themselves a chance, as Rachel Christensen will now go back to serve. Wilprecht up to Newstole. This is out to Kadoon. And somehow that one goes the entire length of the net before falling to the floor. And the Bulldogs able to win set number 3, giving them a 2-1 advantage here in the match. We'll step aside and get ready for set number 4 here from North Sargent. You're watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
2-1 advantage here for the Bulldogs after falling in that opening set 25-15. They have won sets 2 and 3, 27-25 and 25-21 respectfully. As the Bulldogs looking for their first regular season win and a nice way to end a 4-game homestand, as Carly Cadoon has really been one of the deciding factors here in the last 2, and now good start to the 3rd straight set for Cadoon. Plenty of kills, doing a great job there at the net for Sargent County. Back to serve is Sadie Newstall. Elena Foster DeVold unable to pass that one up to Rachel Christensen, as that's going to go into the net. Foster DeVold this time able to get it to Christensen, and Bolney does a good job of hitting that one against the grain, as Newstall just barely able to make contact with it, but unable to keep it up in play for the Bulldogs. Foster DeVold now will head back to serve. Wilprecht up to Newstall. This is out to Cadoon, and that time Cadoon just a little strong. So another serve upcoming here for Foster DeVold. Bixby to Newstall, back to Cadoon. This time Cadoon able to dial it back a little bit, but handled by the Grovers, and Peyton Downs able to get a kill. Peyton Downs had a solid opening set for the Grovers. Good to see her able to get a kill here early on in set number 4, hoping to use this to her team's advantage as they try to extend this one past 4 sets. As unable to pass that up is Newstall, so Foster DeVold continuing to serve for Oak Grove. Bixby up to Newstall. This is Cadoon. Cadoon pushes that one over, trying to get it to the back row. Is able to do so, and Foster DeVold unable to track that one down and keep it in play for the Grovers. So good job there by Cadoon after a couple of early hit attempts. We're off the mark. This time takes a different approach and gets the side out as Bixby will serve, as she's just able to somehow hit that into the net, wrap it around, and somehow get it to fall. I don't blame the Grovers for turning around on that one. Not really sure how Bixby got that friendly roll. Swanson, haven't called her name much since those opening sets. Good job there by Foster DeVold. Peyton Downs dug out nicely by Wilprecht. Cadoon Good job there by Downs. Able to get the deflection, pop it up, but Chose a little strong there on the return as it hits off the low ceiling here in the North Sargent Activity Center. There's a good quick adjustment for the Bulldogs as once again Carly Cadoon able to hammer that one home. Foster DeVold, Christensen, pushed over there by Downs. Newstall out to Chloe Bogart, and Bogart hits that one a little bit strong. As Coach Hess-Dahlen tracks it down, gets it to Mari Bolmy, who will go back now to serve. Taya Rosted subbing in. Newstall pops it up nicely. Cadoon hits it over. This is Christensen. Now Downs. Good job by Downs, able to get to that one. Cadoon deflected at the net. Bolmy pops it up. Foster DeVold. Downs able to track it down. It falls to the floor. Peyton Downs. As it looked like that was almost going to fall to the floor. Good quick instincts there by Peyton Downs to get to it as Bolmy will serve with the game tied at 6. Bixby that time hits it out of play near side. Newstall. This is Bogart hitting that one over. As Bogart just barely able to get the deflection there on that return block. As Wilprecht will take a seat. Lee coming in. Cadoon back to serve. Christensen, Rosted, and good job there by Taya Rosted. Continuing to have a solid performance here in tonight's contest as Lyndon Bruneski will head back to serve, the sophomore. Doing a good job serving for the Grovers as she gets that one over. Newstall plays it out of the net. Good punch over by Bixby. As that one falls to the floor on the Sargent County side. So Bruneski will have another chance to serve. Low pop over from Bruneski. Good job by Cadoon, able to come up to it. Christensen out to Downs. Cadoon pops it up. Newstall. This is Lee, deflected at the net. Chose. And that time Elena Foster DeVold unable to get to it. Serve here from Mallory Bogart. Chose. This is Christensen. Hit over. Newstall kind of sticks a hand out there. And good job by Bogart, able to get to that one, but Rosted put just enough on it, making it difficult for Sargent County to handle. As the Grovers leading here by 2. 10-8, kind of in that middle stage here of set number 4. Peyton Downs serving for the Grovers. Downs, one of the 4 seniors on this fairly young squad for Oak Grove. Lee, handled by Downs. Christensen, Rosted. Good job by Bixby, able to get to it. Newstall pushing it over. Bruneski, Christensen, out to Foster DeVold, and Elena Foster DeVold able to get that one to go as the Grovers leading here by 3. As you can see, a different kind of swagger on the floor here for Oak Grove here in this set number 4 as they are trying to extend this match out. Serve here from Downs. Passed up from Bogart. Newstall to Chloe Bogart, and Chloe Bogart puts a little too much on there as we're going to have a timeout called by the Bulldogs. As this timeout brought to you by Bank North. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. Sargent County trailing here by 4, but leading 2-1.
Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Sargent County trailing 12-8 in set number 4, wanting to hold on and pick up a match victory. The Bulldogs led 2-1 against the Oaks Tornadoes over in Milner Tuesday night, but fell in 5, wanting to change their fortunes here, and Bixby put a little much on it that time. So largest lead for the Grovers since kind of the middle stage of set 2, if not super early on in set number 2. It has been mostly Bulldogs since that opening set. As Foster DeVold brings the hammer for the Grovers. As the lead now up to 6. Sargent County needing to regroup here. Mallory Bogarts, 80 Newstall to Carly Cadoon. Good job there by Chose. Christensen hits it over Cadoon. Excuse me, that was Bogart. Bixby, Newstall up to Lee, deflected at the net, played nicely there by Downs. Christensen to Foster DeVold, deflected there, and Mallory Bogart unable to get to it. As you can see, a different energy from these Grovers, but especially Elena Foster DeVold playing very well here at the net in set number 4. Had a solid opening set and really kind of recalibrating here in set number 4. Mallory Bogart, Newstall, out to Chloe Bogart. Kind of deflected off the net. Foster DeVold, that time just a little bit strong. And they're going to say, no, it was deflected at the net. So another kill for Foster DeVold. And the lead is now up to 8 for the Grovers, something that they have not seen since set number 1. Continuing to serve here for the Grovers is Peyton Downs. Cadoon passes it up to Newstall. This is Lee. And that's going to be just a little bit strong from Lee. So continuing to grow the lead are the Grovers as they lead by 9 here in set number 4, looking to push it to 5.
But worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Continuing to serve for the Grovers, leading by 9 is the senior Peyton Downs. Bixby, good deflection there at the net by Rosted. Good adjustment there by Lee. Newstall, Lee, good job there by Downs, able to pop that one up. Christensen gets to it, Elena Foster DeVold hits it over for the Grovers. Bogart pops it over, good job there, but I believe that was Berneski. And with the kill is Dea Rosted. As you can see, Rosted giving credit where credit is due, as Lyndon Berneski did a great job giving Rosted that chance as the Grovers now lead by 10. Just a solid set 4 performance for the Grovers. Cadoon tries to push it there to the back row. Rosted elevates and gets that one through the block attempt, as set 4 has been all Oak Grove. As you can see, kind of the tension growing on the faces of the Bulldogs, as well as you could feel the tension kind of growing here in the gymnasium as Elena Foster DeVold. Good job by Bixby. Good adjustment there by Bogart, and we're going to have a block from Elena Foster DeVold as Lee tried to hit that one over 20-8. And that's going to be another point for the Grovers. Downs has been serving a majority of this fourth set. We're kind of at the point where I'm not even really sure when this run started for the Grovers, but good job there by Kadoon. Finally getting the much needed side out for the Bulldogs as now Chloe Bogart will go back to serve. Claire Wessler coming in as Bixby will take a seat while Bogart serves. Christensen, this is Rosted. Good job by Bogart, but unable to hit that one in play as she will now take a seat. Serve here from Aspen Chose, and that's going to be a point for Chose. I think with that touch by Bogart, can't give her the ace, but might as well, as the Grovers need just two now to send this to a deciding set number 5. Second serve upcoming here for Aspen Chose. Kadoon to Newstall, back to Lee. Christensen pops that one up. This is Berneski up to Foster DeVold, and Elena hits that one into the net. Charlie Wilprek coming in. She will serve as Lee will take a seat. Good job there by Chose, able to get to that one. Christensen, Foster DeVold, dug up by Wilprek. And Kadoon gets the kill. As once again, very similar to what I mentioned back in set number 1. I mean, it's going to be hard to, salvage this fourth set if you're Sargent County, but you at least want to set yourself up for a likely deciding set number 5. It is set point for the Grovers as Rachel Christensen will go back to serve and Lyndon Berneski will head to the bench. As Christensen, this is Kadoon. Kadoon hits it kind of cross court there to Foster DeVold, who wants it back after the set, and just a little strong there from Elena Foster DeVold. So if the Bulldogs want to go on a run, they're going to need it here from Sadie Newstall. Christensen, good job there by Bixby. Newstall up to Kadoon. Kadoon, good job by Christensen. Downs, back to Foster DeVold. Newstall, Bixby, and that is going to go just out of play as the Grovers dominate set number 4. They're not heading back up to Fargo in 4. They are going to push this to set number 5. As we will step aside as the captains will decide who will start the serve, as we have set number 5 just about to start here from North Sargent. You are watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is your local LG Seeds and Dairyland seed dealership. They offer the latest traits and genetics in both corn and soybeans along with alfalfa. Anderson Seed Farms is also a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top grown spring wheat in North Dakota last year. If you'd like to know more about these industry-leading products, contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at 701-724-3601 or check out AndersonSeedFarms.com.
Sargent Central Public School, helping others create themselves things and opportunities. It's home to a variety of wonderful opportunities, including a 24/7, 365 community wellness center, a 3rd through 12th grade smart lab, free pre-kindergarten, 1-to-1 student devices, and 12 weeks paid parental leave. For more information, please visit sargentcentral.org. Good luck, athletes, and good luck, Sargent County Bulldogs. Together is Central.
When it comes to keeping your home comfortable, Bears Home Solutions has all your needs covered. From expert heating and cooling services to top-notch plumbing and fireplace installations, their team ensures your home stays cozy year-round. Trust their experienced professionals to handle it all efficiently, affordably, and with a smile. Ready to upgrade? Call Bears Home Solutions at 701-365-0365 or check them out on Facebook. Bears Home Solutions, where comfort meets excellence.
Set number 5 just about to get started here from North Sargent High School, as the Grovers with an absolutely dominant 4th set performance, winning 25-12. As we will see how will the Bulldogs adjust here, looking at who is on the floor for Sargent County to get us started. Bixby, the libero, getting set to come in. We'll see who she comes in for. I believe it'll be, most likely be Bogart. It will be. So Bixby, Wilprecht, Mallory Bogart, Carly Cadoon, Claire Wessler, and Sadie Newstall. Christensen, Chose, Downs, Foster DeVold, Bolmy, and Swanson on the floor for the Grovers as Foster DeVold rises up, dug out nicely there by Bixby. As Chose passes that up nicely to Christensen. Another good play there by Bixby, as that time Carly Cadoon puts a little bit of touch on it, as you can feel a different energy here as both the visiting and the home crowds are really getting into it, trying to show support for their respective squads here. As Newstall hits it over, Foster DeVold, Christensen, back to Foster DeVold. Newstall pops it up. Bixby out, and good job there by Cadoon, able to hit that one over. As maybe deflected, but nonetheless, Mari Bolmy with the kill for the Grovers. As Foster DeVold now back to serve for Oak Grove. Solid 4th set there for Elena. Wilprecht up to Newstall. This is out to Cadoon. Deflected there at the net by Bolmy. Good adjustment there, that time by Cadoon. And that time unable to play that off. The deflection is, I believe that was Foster DeVold, after Christensen was the one who deflected off of into the backcourt. Bixby here to serve. Christensen out to Downs. Good decision there by Bixby to let that one go, as that just barely sailed through the back line. Bixby setting up near side here. Her second serve, low line drive, dug out nicely by Foster DeVold. Downs, as that's going to land just in front of Charlie Wilprecht. As Chose will take his seat. Taya Rosted coming in for the Grovers. Bolmy with the serve. This is Bogart putting some touch on it. Good job there by Christensen. Good job there by Rosted, able to get it over for the Grovers. Newstall out to Cadoon. Christensen. And just barely ticking over from Downs. Cadoon pushes that one over, and it looked like it was going to go over the head of Foster DeVold, but whether or not it would have still landed in play is the question. But it deflects off Foster DeVold, and now Cadoon will head back to serve. Wilprecht taking a seat. Lee coming in for the Bulldogs. Christensen to Rosted. Rosted hitting it over, handled there by Bixby. This is Lee, and deflected there by Rosted. Another serve upcoming here for Kadoon. This is Foster DeVoe. Christensen up to Taya Rosted. Deflected there. Good job there by Kadoon, able to play it off of the deflection. Bogart. Christensen now out to Rosted. Peyton Downs elevates. Good job there by Newstall off of the deflection. Whitney Marr hits it. Christensen now back out to Downs. Hit out to Bogart as Bogart kind of caught between wanting to go for the hit, wanting to set it over. As that's going to go into the net. Lyndon Berneski subbing in for the Grovers. Made a solid play in that fourth set to set up a huge kill for Taya Rosted. As Berneski will now go back to serve. But this time Berneski unable to get that serve over. A rare miss hit for Berneski here in this one as Mallory Bogart will come in to serve. Chose, Christensen, Rosten with some touch. Kadoon setting up Chloe Bogart. Chloe Bogart with the left hand punch. And instead punches it out of play on the near side. Downs, who was the one serving through the majority of that fourth set on the big run that the Grovers had. Good job by Christensen, able to kind of navigate through the crowd. Lee, Downs. This is Christensen over into Mallory Bogart, hits it over. Christensen setting up Foster DeVold. And DeVold, you can see by the look on her face, she's like, I didn't like the way that I made contact there, but hey, sometimes it doesn't matter how well you hit it as long as you get it over and it falls to the floor. Peyton Downs continuing to serve for the Grovers. Kadoon, this is Newstall. Out to Lee, deflected at the net. Played nicely there by Downs off the deflection. Good job there by Mallory Bogart, but miscommunication between Lee and Chloe Bogart as we're now tied up at 6. Kadoon, this is Newstall. Back to Kadoon in the back row. Downs. Christensen up to Foster DeVold. Deflected there, and the way that deflected kind of caught Mallory Bogart off guard, and now the Grovers lead here 7-6 in set number 5. As we're going to have a timeout called here by the Bulldogs. And this timeout brought to you by Bank North. We'll invite you back into the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth as the Grovers had a large opening set victory, 25-15, but two close set victories for the Bulldogs in the second and third set, 27-25 and 25-21, but that dominant performance that you saw in set number 4 from the Grovers has really given them the confidence to come here on the road and pick up a come-from-behind match victory. As for the Bulldogs, will they be able to, counteract that 2-1 lead that they lost on Tuesday night? Kind of seeing a similar script here against the Grovers, hoping to not have the same ending. As Bixby gets it to Newstall. This is Kadoon from the back row, and just a little strong. As that one was out of play by mere inches. With the Grovers still holding on, and no surprise, it is with the rotation with Downs serving as she sets it up to Elena Foster DeVold, hitting off the low beam here in the activity center, as it is now a 3-point advantage for the Grovers. As we're going to have a substitution here for Sargent County, as Caitlin Wengler will come in for Chloe Bogart. Newstall hitting that one over into Christensen. Setting it up to Foster DeVold. Deflected there at the net by Newstall. As I think we had an inadvertent whistle from the official on the floor. As we will have a conference between the officials. And yes, inadvertent whistle there from the official on the floor. Good job by both of these officials coming together to make sure to straighten that one out. I believe they thought maybe that one hit into the net. It was deflected. So nonetheless, we will replay it here. Newstall to Lee. Chose. Christensen out to Foster DeVold, and Foster DeVold again with the kill. As this rotation for the Grovers has been nothing but electric here in these last two sets. As the Grovers on a 6-0 run make that 7-0. As the Bulldogs will call their final timeout here on the evening, trailing by 5. As the Grovers looking to steal one from the Bulldogs.
We know switching banks takes time. But what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name?
Worth it.
Or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds. Worth it. A bank that you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees.
It's so worth it.
Switch and see why Bell Bank is worth it. Bell Bank.
Peyton Downs serving on this 7-0 run. Good job by Mallory Bogart, able to play that one off the ceiling. Berneski, this is Christensen. Rostad finding that spot just in front of Bixby. As it is now an 8-0 run for the Grovers. And that's going to be an ace for Peyton Downs, as the Grovers needing just 2. Kadoon, this is Newstall. Now to Lee. Berneski up to Christensen. Good job there by Bixby, able to play it as Kadoon hits it, dug out nicely by Downs. This is Foster DeVold, and that time is going to be denied by, I believe, the net. Maybe deflected by one of the players at the net for Sargent County. So heading back to serve would have been Wengler, but just the way that the spot in this rotation was, Bogart had been subbed for Wengler. So now Bogart coming back in. She will serve. Good serve there from Bogart. This is Christensen up to Foster DeVold. And again, Foster DeVold hitting it into the net. So this match not over yet. Sargent County went on a similar run here Tuesday night to at least give themselves a chance. Chose, Christensen hitting it over and gets that one to go, as the Grovers now with match point, as Bixby will come in for Chloe Bogart, and Aspen Chose will head back to serve for the Grovers with a chance to win it. Bogart, Newstall out to Bixby. Bixby pops that one over. Berneski, this is Christensen. Out to Foster DeVold. Deflected there, played out nicely by Kadoon. This is Bixby, as Bixby able to get the kill. Christensen unable to handle that one. So now it is down to the junior Charlie Wilprecht for the Bulldogs if they would like a chance to win here this evening. Chose. Set here by Christensen out to Foster to Vold. Deflected, and that is going to do it here as the Oak Grove Grovers able to steal one here on the road against the Sargent County Bulldogs. As we had an exciting 5-set match here this evening from North Sargent. We will step aside. We'll be back with post-game coverage as well as announcing our Enbridge player of the game after this on yourliveevent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a 4-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
The Grovers able to steal one on the road from the Sargent County Bulldogs as they were able to win 3-2. With that victory, the Grovers are going to advance to 3-0 in Region 1 play, 3-1 overall on the season, and the Sargent County Bulldogs will lose their 4th straight game to start the regular season. Looking at the post-game report here from Sargent County, with this 4th straight loss at home, they will get a chance to travel on the road next week and take on the Enderlin Eagles before coming back home to take on the Maple River Raiders next Thursday. And then they are going to be out on the road for all contests until they return home late in October. So maybe the idea of no place like home isn't really going to be the recipe for the Bulldogs this year, as they have fallen in these first 4 home contests. As for the Oak Grove Grovers, they're going to be participating in the Valley City Tournament this weekend before they head back out on the road to take on the Thompson Tommies on Thursday, before they will then travel the following week to take on the Wyoming Lidgerwood Warbirds. The Bulldogs fell in that opening set with the Grovers winning 25-15, but Sargent County bounced back and was able to win 27-25 in an exciting second set before getting a little bit more comfortable margin of victory in set number 3, 25-21. But it was all Grovers in those final 2 sets, winning 25-12 and 15-9. And with that, we have our Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Plenty of players for the Grovers could have this honor here this evening, but we are going to give it to the outside hitter, the sophomore number 11, Elena Foster-DeVold, who absolutely took charge in those later sets at the net, getting kill after kill. But also have to mention the way that the rotation played, especially while Peyton Downs was back there to serve. So if we can give an honorable mention for our Enbridge player of the game, Peyton Downs, but we're going to give it to Elena Foster-DeVold here this evening for the Grovers. As that'll do it for our post-game coverage. Once again, want to thank Connor Olson, the man behind the camera here this evening, helping me out for all volleyball contests this season. Make sure you head over to yourliveevent.com to catch the action for all area teams. We will have Friday night lights. Tomorrow, the Sargent County Bulldogs are going to be taking on the Wyoming-Lidgerwood Warbirds over in Milner. Bryce Hogness is going to be on the call in the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth tomorrow in Milner. But like I said, make sure you head over to yourliveevent.com to catch all the action as well as all the Friday night lights that are going to be on the network tomorrow. Want to thank everybody for tuning in here this evening. I am Nick Furch for you on the call. Want to once again thank you all for tuning in and have a great rest of your evening.